The camera was installed because of the dog. Every December, without fail, he would sit in front of the fireplace long after everyone else had gone to bed, staring at the dark opening with his ears flat and his body pulled tight, as if he were waiting for something that never came. At first, we thought it was the heat, or the smell of soot, or some harmless instinct that meant nothing at all. Then he stopped barking altogether. That was when we set up the camera. It wasn't hidden, it wasn't secret, it was mounted openly on the shelf across from the fireplace, angled just enough to see the hearth, the mantel, and the black mouth of the chimney above it. We told ourselves it was just for peace of mind. Christmas was still days away. The night it happened, the house was quiet in the ordinary way, the kind of quiet that comes from routine rather than fear. With lights dimmed, decorations in place, stockings hanging exactly where they had always hung. Nothing felt wrong yet. The camera began recording at 2:14 a.m. At first, there was nothing but the empty fireplace, cold and unused, a thin line of soot marking where fires had once burned years ago. Then something moved. Not falling, not dropping, lowering itself. A shape emerged slowly from the darkness of the chimney, descending with careful, deliberate control, as if gravity were optional and haste unnecessary. The arms appeared first. They were far too long. They bent at angles that suggested joints, but not the kind meant to move smoothly, the elbows turning slightly inward, the hands stretching down toward the bricks long before the rest of the body followed. The fingers wrapped around the edges of the fireplace, gripping without sound, testing the surface as if learning the texture of the room for the first time. Then the shoulders came into view. They didn't fit. They compressed, narrowing unnaturally, sliding through the opening in a way that made the proportions feel wrong, even through the grainy footage. The head appeared last. It was covered, not by a hat, not by a hood, by something thin and pale that clung to the shape beneath it, stretching slightly as it moved, like fabric pulled over something that had never been meant to wear it. The body continued to descend, inch by careful inch, until it was standing inside the fireplace, impossibly tall even while hunched, arms hanging low, fingertips brushing the hearthstones. It didn't rush. It didn't look around. It waited. For several seconds, it remained perfectly still, as if listening, as if counting breaths that were not its own. Then its head turned, not toward the tree, not toward the stockings, toward the camera. The movement was gradual, precise, practiced, the kind of motion that suggested it knew exactly where the lens was without needing to search for it. When it looked directly into the camera, the face came into focus. The eyes were wrong. Too reflective, too calm. They didn't blink. The mouth moved. "I'm not Santa anymore." The words were shaped carefully, as if pronunciation mattered, as if it were important that whoever heard them understood every syllable. After that, it tilted its head slightly, studying the camera the way someone studies a mirror, as if checking whether the image matched what it expected to see. Then it stepped out of the fireplace, not down, not back, forward. The arms swung gently as it walked, too long, too loose, brushing the furniture as if by accident, leaving faint marks that didn't show up clearly on the recording. It moved out of frame. The camera kept recording. Nothing else happened. No alarms, no screams, no sudden movement. The footage ended exactly 4 hours later. They found the house unchanged at dawn, decorations untouched, presents still wrapped, the fireplace cold and clean, as if it had never been used at all. The dog was gone. There were no footprints, no signs of entry, only the camera still running. And on the last frame, just before the recording stopped, the lens reflected a shape standing behind it, arms hanging too low, head tilted, waiting. Because Santa didn't come early that year, something else did.